Hello. We'll now see an OET speaking role-play performance by one of our candidates, Sona. The setting here is a hospital ward, and the medical condition is deep vein thrombosis. So, this patient, who is 55 years old, is already in the hospital and being treated for DVT. The patient will be discharged in a few days from now and will have to continue the treatment using self injections. So, the nurse is here to talk to the patient about administering the injection on his or her own and to demonstrate the whole procedure. So, this is a classic example of a known case. So, keeping in mind the OET speaking assessment criteria, let's see how the nurse performs the role play card. At the end of the session, I will also add my feedback on the nurse's performance. So, let's get started with the role play. This is a recording for the Occupational English test, and the test is held at Medcity International Academy, Kannur on 9th May 2025. The candidate's name is Sona P. Silva, and the candidate number is 2764. The interlocutor is Sangeeta Guppy, and the interlocutor number is 9988. This is role play number 1 for the profession of nursing. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
May I see your identification, please?
Ma'am, it's here.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Sona. Now, remember, this is a test of your English language and not an assessment of your professional knowledge. Keeping that in mind, speak as you would naturally. We'll first begin with a warm-up session. Remember, this is just to get you started and it is not in any way assessed. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. So the first question is very obvious. Why did you choose to become a nurse?
Okay, ma'am. I chose the nursing as my profession because it is my childhood dream to become a nurse. Moreover, that I have many, some of my family members are nurse and they inspired me a lot. Apart from that, nursing is a profession with lots of opportunities, and I can meet several patients and I can understand their concerns and I can provide help for them. So that I chose this profession.
All right. Great reasons to become a nurse. And as a nurse, what are the recent trends you've noticed in your field?
As long as nursing is a dynamic profession, there is many trends are happening day to day basis, and the according to me, the recent trends include like telemedicines, robotic surgeries, and even in some hospitals, the paper recordings is converted into electronic records. So these are the recent trends happening in the medical field.
Right, great observations. Now let's move on to the role play. I'll be taking the part of the patient and you will take your professional role, which is that of a nurse. Now, the role play will last a total of 5 minutes and you will have 3 minutes to prepare for the same. Now, the role play intends to get evidence of your ability to perform effective communication with patients. Do you have any questions so far?
No.
Okay. So, this is your role play card and you have a pencil here to help you prepare and make notes. Remember, 3 minutes for the preparation. You can make notes on the card if you wish to do, and using the pencil I've given you. And throughout the card, throughout the role play, you can look at the card, but at the end of the test, you must return the card to me. All right. So, shall we begin?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So, your preparation time of 3 minutes starts now. All right, so Sona, that's the end of your preparation time. You will have 5 minutes for the role play. Don't worry if I stop you. That would just mean that's the end of your time. Are you ready?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. So your 5 minutes starts now.
Ma'am, before starting the role play, how may I address you?
You can call me John.
Okay. Okay.
All right. Okay. So your time for your role play, 5 minutes, starts now.
Good morning, Mr. John. I am Sona, registered nurse working in this facility. Now I am here to give you some instructions regarding self-injecting as you are being discharged from the hospital within few days.
Right.
Is that okay for you?
Yeah, I suppose so.
Okay, John. Before proceeding further,
Mhm.
may I know how you are feeling about your hospital discharge?
Well, to be honest, I'm so much relieved that I'm able to go home. I'm really happy that in a few days I can go back home.
Okay. So, it's really good to hear that. So, do you have any concern regarding this?
Yeah, because I think the doctor told me I'll have to start injecting myself.
Okay.
And that is something that I'm not going to be very comfortable about. I'm really nervous about the whole thing.
Okay, John, I can understand that. I can understand your concern. But it will be nervous for you because it is especially new thing for you. But I assure you that self-injecting is a very quick procedure and it will be a part of your routine after your discharge.
Right.
Then we will the supervision with nurse prior to discharge and with continued support and guidance, you will be able to manage it. I hope you understood, John.
Uh, yes, I did understand what you just explained.
Okay.
But you see, I've never had to inject myself ever before. I'm like 55 years old already, and never in my life have I done this. So I'm really, really nervous about the whole procedure.
I can understand I can understand that, John. But don't be worried about that.
Mm-hmm.
May I know whether what is the reason for your nervousness?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like I said, I've never done this before. I'm not sure if I'll be able to manage it on my own.
Okay, John. You told that you are having nervousness for taking this self injection.
Yeah.
I would like to provide you some information regarding this. Is that okay for you?
I think that should be fine.
Okay. So self injection can be taken once daily at the similar time of each day.
Mm-hmm.
And please make sure that you are changing your injection site. And it is really important to take the hand hygiene
Mm-hmm.
to preventing the infection.
Okay.
I hope you understood, John.
Yes, so others have understood what I should be doing, things, timing that you've told me. But to be really honest, I'm not sure I can inject myself. Like I said, I've never done this before. I think I'll be much happier if I could go to the I mean, I could come to the clinic every time, or maybe even a nurse visit me for the injections. I'd rather prefer it that way.
Okay, John, I can understand that. As I told you that it will be so anxious to that it is a new thing for you, but it is not able. It's not able to do like that
Okay.
because the nurse managed injection is not sometimes it is not practical, and there will be also some difficulties of scheduling as the nurse is not able to come to you at the correct time and the dose will be missed. And I assure you that the you will be given detailed guidance on self injecting, like we will be providing a thorough demonstration while your hospitalization, and also we will be supervising your practice of self injecting in the hospital itself before the discharge.
Okay.
And you will also get the opportunities to ask questions so that we can discuss your concerns. I hope you understood, John.
Yeah, all I can say is I'll try and do my best and give injections myself.
Okay, John, I appreciate that.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and I like to add some advice on strategies when self injecting.
Okay.
Like you can concentrate on your breathing so that you can reduce your anxiety level.
Okay.
And also you can count down aloud and or even play calm music so that it may be easier for you. I hope
Okay.
you understand, John.
Yeah, I feel a bit better about the whole thing.
Okay.
And I think, yeah, I can try. I'm ready to try and give myself an injection now.
Okay, John. So as you told that you are willing for try the supervised self-injection, I'm here to supervise you and assist you in every step of the way. And before that, I would like to provide you with one leaflet, which include certain information regarding this self-injection.
All right, Sona, thank you. That's the end of your 5 minutes time. You may now return the card to me. Thank you. So here's my take on Sona's performance as a nurse. To start off, I can say that she can easily get a 350. But there are areas that she could have improved. For instance, first off, what I've noticed is that during the entire 3 minutes preparation, she effectively utilized the time to make notes on the card, but she forgot to use that time to seek clarification with the interlocutor. It is when I started the role play card that she interrupted and asked me the patient should be called. Now, keep in mind that any such questions of how to address the patient or maybe any clarifications you need on words in the role play card, all of it should be done in the first 3 minutes of your preparation time. Also, do make a note that there will be interlocutors who are not ready to share certain information. Of course, they will tell you what name to call, but they might tell you that we will not be able to explain anything much further. Even if that is the case, do not worry at all because every information that you need is already given in the role play card. So you don't have to worry much about that. Now, highlighting the assessment criteria, the factors, first looking at the linguistic criteria, we'll start off with intelligibility. Intelligibility simply means how clearly the person can be understood. And in this role play card, Sona was very clear in the way she spoke. She was audible, loud and clear, and there was not a lot of mother tongue influence. So following her was quite easy. So she will score well in intelligibility. Now, moving on to fluency. Fluency simply means the pace at which you speak. You shouldn't be too fast or too slow. Sona kept an average pace and it was easy following her. So yes, fluency was not bad. Now, looking at, let's say, appropriateness of language, I would say she did try her best not to use complicated medical terminology. Of course, the situation didn't warrant the use of complicated terms, but she kept the use of vocabulary throughout quite simple. Now, when it comes to resources of grammar and expression, there were certain errors in construction of sentences. For instance, there is a point where she said it is not able to do that, which is not the right way of saying it. For instance, she should have said that arranging a nurse is not an easy possibility, or while your hospitalization, okay, which is not the right usage. She should have instead said during hospitalization or while you are in the hospital. So certain small errors like these could have been worked on, which would give her a good score in resources of grammar and expression. But throughout, there weren't quite jarring or very prominent grammatical errors that she made. Now, moving on to our clinical communication criterion, we'll start off with relationship building. Well, she did start using the patient's name. So she addressed the patient as Mr. John, which establishes the fact that the nurse is already aware of the patient. An area she could have worked on in this particular criterion is to show her familiarity with the patient. Instead of just using "Hello, Mr. John," she could have used the medical condition, saying, "You've been here for a couple of days for DVT and it's going really well. The treatment is going really well. And the happy news is you'll soon be discharged." Okay. Now, this kind of shows the rapport you have with the patient. So that's an area that Sona could have worked on. But moving on, when you look at understanding and incorporating the patient's perspective, There were areas where Sona could have asked me certain questions. Of course, she did ask me things like, do you have any other concerns? What do you think about it? Which are great ways to try to understand what the patient feels. But before explaining each of these procedures, she could have checked my understanding on it. For instance, before saying about self injection, where the third task says give information about self injecting, she could have checked, do you know, you've already told me you've never injected on your own, but do you have any idea about how self injection is done? Okay. Now, that way of trying to understand the patient's perspective would have given a different shade to her conversation. But yes, when it comes to providing structure, she did follow a very good sequence. More or less, she followed the same order of the tasks in the card, which gave a good flow of speech. And there were no jumps as such because she was strictly following the order, and that gave a very logical sequencing of ideas and information. She did use signpost language, which is great for speaking. Like she said, I'm now going to explain about this, I'm now going to move on to this, which are great ways to have very seamless conversation with the patient. Now, when it comes to information gathering and information giving, at certain instances, she did ask me why I was nervous. Okay. But like I said, incorporating it with understanding patient's perspective, she could have asked more questions about my exact reasons of, being nervous, or whether I am already aware of certain aspects that she was going to explain to me. When it comes to information giving, one area that I would like to highlight, which I've often noticed students make a big mistake, is reading out whatever is given in brackets as it is. For instance, have a look at the second task here. She said there were points like very quick, straightforward procedure, will be part of routine, supervision with nurse prior to discharge, all of it which she read as it is. So remember, do not read out these points given in brackets. Instead, try to make them into sentences. These are pointers to help you build your ideas on. The same thing, she could have said something like, the procedure is very simple and quick. And because you will be doing it every day, that is because you will have to inject yourself every day, it will soon be a part of your routine. Instead of just reading it as will be a part of your routine. So try not to read these words or phrases from the bracket as it is, but use them in your own sentences. There were areas where she did try doing that. For instance, the third task says varying injection site, and she said you have to change your injection site, which are good ways of doing it. So yes, information giving, a small area where she could definitely have improved on. So these are areas that she could have worked on improving her speaking. Nevertheless, she stands a high chance of getting a 350 in her speaking. So I hope this feedback on how Sona performed was helpful to each one of you out there. If you need to share any more comments or feedback on the performance, or if you need clarification, do not forget to share them as comments below this video. Thank you.